Parashat Terumah, Dvar Torah. First of all, I want to start off by wishing you all a Chazak u'Baruch for continuing in this wonderful endeavor, even though these parashot are very complicated and there's really no storyline to these pesukim. But Baruch Hashem, you're plugging through, and Borei Olam will give you your due diligence and your due reward. We talked a little bit about the Keruvim, and the Keruvim were made and fashioned from the Kaporet. And we said that the lesson over there is that the Torah is teaching us how to raise our children. The Keruvim had to come from the Kaporet itself, meaning from the Aron itself, because the Kaporet was the covering of the Aron, which means that we have to raise our kids in the ways of Torah. But then the Torah tells us that the Keruvim had to be Poresei Kenefayim Lemala. At all times, they had to raise their wings. They had to be fashioned in the way where their wings were up high. Why? And it's very possible that that too is a tool and a guide in how to raise our children. And that is that in every circumstance, at all times, we should teach our kids to be Poresei Kenefayim, to raise their hands to Borei Olam, to pray under all circumstances. It says that they had to be, the cherubs had to be Mikatza Mizeh, and the end extreme on one side and the end extreme on the other side. What does that mean? And it's very possible that Lo Aleinu V'Lo Alechem, sometimes a person goes into extreme difficulty in his life. And sometimes, inshallah, Be'ezat Hashem, he goes into extreme happiness. It doesn't matter what's going on and transpiring in a person's life. He should always be praying to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Thank you, Hashem, for the great things that are going on. Thank you for the benevolence. Thank you for the kindness. Thank you for the charity. Thank you, for my parnasah, for my wife, for my kids, for everything that transpires in my life. So we learned that you have to teach our kids and train them in Torah and Tefillah. And the Torah ends, U'pnehem ish el achiv. They always have to be facing one another. What does that mean? That means that we have to teach our kids not to be selfish, not to be self-centered, not to look at themselves, but to always look at their friends. And by doing so, we can train our kids in Gemilut Chasadim. If that's the case, wait a second. The Mishnah writes in Pirkei Avot, there are three things that the world stands on: Torah, Avodah, and Gemilut Chasadim. If we train our kids in the ways of Torah, because it's fashioned from the Kaporet, we train them always to raise their hands to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Tefillah is Avodah Shebalev, says the Gemara Masechet Ta'anit. And we always teach them to look at their friends, to help them, to aid them, to assist them. Then we're teaching our kids to be the pillars of the world. That through their lives, through their actions, they're going to keep the world running. And the entire existence is going to be resting on their shoulders. This is Rabbi Zeytouneh. I wish you all Shabbat Shalom Vorach. May you only have beracha ve'atzlacha in everything you do. Shabbat Shalom.